Hello there. I was looking around in the basement and I found this old joystick of mine that basically has 4 buttons, a head, the throttle, and it's all analog. It was bought somewhere in the 90s, at the end of the 90s at least. This over here is not really dirty, it's just the rubberized parts, the way they were rubberized back in the day. It's just sticky like this, but not on the space where it was used. But well, I wanted to use it, or at least let it to a friend, but there is a problem with it. It's at the end of the cable. It has a GamePort, so yeah, I can't really use it since on any modern systems, and I don't have the expansion slot for that. This was introduced, I think, in 1980s on the IBM PCs as an expansion card. Later on was on the sound cards. The GamePort also used as MIDI port, and well, let me show you something, because this is really old joystick. It has also those feet that can be put on there, and I was wondering if I'm able to connect this to the modern PC. So I would like this to stick here, right? And I was checking the pin out, and let me show you something, okay? As you can see, it's really simple. It would seem like it connects directly. I mean the basically potentiometers, the adjustable resistors, like on the toggles or throttle. It connects directly to the pins, so it's really easy. It also has a 5-volt input, so like an USB. And let's see, and well, let me describe this later on, but this one also has an auto fire button. I will tell you more about the joystick later on, but looking at this, this was designed to have as an input 2 joysticks that had each one had a analog X and Y axis, and also each one had 2 buttons. You can tell this by this pinout, and I also found out that how they probably did the auto fire here using a timer. But so basically the joysticks, right? So the GamePort originally was meant to be something like this: X, Y. That's one, X1, the other one Y, X, and that would be 2, and also 2 buttons, button 1, button 2, button 3, button 4. Let me show you something on this joystick. That would match, right? X, Y, 1, that's fine. Let's say the Y or the X2, and that's the throttle, so those are analog. 4 buttons, that's also fine. It matches, but it also has a head it's for simulators, for looking around the cockpit, and it doesn't really match. I mean, you can't really, because 4 buttons used, 2 axes, and third one, this leaves one hanging, and they probably did a trick over here, but I don't have a manual for this. So also because originally it was connected directly without any drivers and so on to your computer, so it would even run on the DOS and older stuff. The adjustments you will be making, there is no originally there was no software calibration, so you could calibrate it over here, the analogs, and yeah, there is also a potentiometer. But on the bottom, As you can see, you can turn on or off the hat. You can turn on or off the throttle. So I think there is a trick with the hat. It may be mapping the hat to 4 buttons. And also there is a turbo speed switch, 1, 2, and this is enable. Let me show you that. Turbo is enabled and it's disabled. So yeah, let's take it apart, take a look inside. I will be connecting this later on, hopefully, to a USB port. Basically by making an adapter using this old gamepad that it really isn't fun to use because either the board is broken from handling it too hard, or and also the buttons have a long way to go and they are very hard. I mean, they're kind of weird to use. So we will be able to map this one to this one, right? The throttle, possibly a hat, and also 4 buttons, but we will see how this will go. We still have 6 buttons that are free, and also analog switch. We will take a look later on how this will work. Let me just start with disassembly, because that's the most fun part. I also have a connector for the other side after I will be making, so it matches perfectly. It's a very modular connector and you can connect the cables without soldering. It's really nice this way. Alright, so let's start the disassembly. I have already removed the suction cups. So 4 screws over here. I have no idea from what year this joystick is. I think it was bought about 98, but I am not really sure about that. And this is not China export, this is actually the original confirmed European, anyway, the sign that it's well, it's in this European standards, so that's uncanny for for today's stuff. And let's see, Megawatt International Limited, so from the US, and it says patent pending. I'm wondering what kind of patent they may have, maybe design patent. Okay, alright, that's a lot of switches. Let's see, yeah, this is a analog slider. This is just a weight on the base, so it feels better. And let's see what's going on this part. Oh, there is not much more electronics than I thought there would be. Let's see, this goes to the head and the switches. I think I will remove this. I remember that this head often broke and it had to be resoldered. Let me just check what's going on in here. I think I need a bigger screwdriver. 1 sec. Okay. Okay, so as you can see, there is a momentary push switch over here, and the click is not really nice. And here we have a turbo switch. It probably also has the 555 timer for the buttons, somewhere around here. Let me remove that. This is the the hat. Let's see what's inside. Okay, so as you can see, it's pretty simple. 4 switches that are pushed by this one, like so. There is a spring on the back. Let's see what else. There is a small pinout there. That's really nice. So I would know exactly what this is for. And I can also check what kind of trick they did to have more, well, basically more buttons. Okay, so all I was able to check is the fact that it has all the connections here, and separately to each button and direction, and also the trigger. But the weird thing is when you enable the turbo mode, so on the on like so, it disconnects the ground from the general ground of those buttons from the ground of those buttons. So it may be that it switches this one off and it's maybe multiplexing it somehow. We will see that. I have to check the board on the inside first.